Bruce Walter, alongside with Augie Rodriguez. Today we want to talk to you a little bit about some of your options available when it comes to building a Rivercrest pillar. Obviously, the rapid build pillar unit is the most easy and convenient way to build a pillar, but we understand on your job site potentially you might not have access to that component there. So how basically to build from scratch, if you will, a random type pillar and your installation. So what we found is if you have corners available to you on your job site, that's probably going to be your best bet to perform a random pillar build. So here you're going to have on a pallet of corners, you're going to have 20 of the long unit and then 20 also of the short corner units, total of 40 corners available to you. If you do just a rip cut like you're seeing here, and we log cabin those, and I'll demonstrate what I mean by that. If we take that cut piece and then against that piece and log cabin that around, we'll have a 19.5-inch pillar unit here with the small corner, and then uncut as far as the crosscut goes, we can have a 22.5. So quite honestly, we recognize the fact that our pillar caps are going to be 24s. So if you're okay with a little bit more of an overhang, this is an easy installation technique. You're going to make one cut and harvest two pieces. So you're going to basically fabricate lefts and rights and alternate those as you would go up. With the 22.5, that might be a little bit large. You might want to cut that down slightly. All right. I know that on the rapid build, it's about 20 inches in length overall for the outside points. I like 21 inches, and that's kind of one of the things that we're going to work on here. So anyways, step two, easiest practice as far as an installer goes is here with the corner units, okay? However, one thing about the corner units too that's one characteristic of it is they're a little bit smoother than what I think the texture of Rivercrest offers. So what about a combination pillar of those two components, both the corner to gain some structural stability as well as the texture that the wall units offer? So here's kind of what we're looking at is this scenario here. So on a pallet, you're going to see these three sizes, all right? I like to take, and I've marked these out here on this corner, make one cut on both sides and use both components here, all right, to maximize the amount of material that you're going to show on the face of a pillar build. So I've kind of laid that out here, all right, and that's a good start point. Oftentimes, remember, one of the most important things is breaking your bond alignment. So this cross joint, as close as we can get it to half bond and the piece below it and the next piece above it, the better off, right? Both aesthetically and structurally. So anyways, I like the combination here. We played around with it, Augie and myself, a little bit. We've done two cuts on the miters. Recognize the fact that we use, and you're certainly able to build a pillar unit. You definitely are going to be challenged with the structural stability of that pillar unit if you strictly miter that wall unit all the way up. So we started with that, but we recognize the fact that really the corner units bring in some good stability as well. So, but by blending the corner units, you can see I've got good texture going on based on the wall unit. And now here I've got my corner units cut up, and I'll place them on this next course. You can see now I'm breaking that joint, that mitered seam all the way up. So I kind of liked, and we played around, Augie and myself, I think both of us agree, we like kind of two mitered corners and then a single corner here that's basically the rip cut off of a full corner piece. So that, again, easy to do, rip cut that. You know, before I go to that though, let me just show you kind of real quick. This is the large unit here that I've got in my hand on this side. And this is the cutoff piece basically. So here I've got a start point, then I'll miter basically 2-dimension, cut this piece here. Kind of the same thing here, starting with that next piece over here on this side and then cutting that. So that leftover piece now becomes this component over here. So playing with your material a little bit here when it comes to the use of this. Not too concerned about what's going on here in the middle, okay, as far as my overcuts go in the waist. All right, anyways, back to the corner units, laying up this in a log cabin scenario. All right. And again, trying to eliminate basically and structurally stabilize these corners. this is kind of an easy way to do it, guys. So you certainly have options available to you. You can use the rapid build, all right? You can use all corners. You can use all wall, but I prefer, honestly, the looks and the structural stability here on this combination one. So again, we're at 21 inches wide, so on a 24-inch pillar cap, I'll have 1.5 inches over on both sides. Thanks for your time, guys. Have a good installation.